What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Today on the channel, we're going to be talking about something very different than I've ever talked about on this channel before. We're going into the world of mining, right? You've heard about Bitcoin mining, Litecoin mining, all kinds of different mining machines. This is such a different world because it is extremely complicated and very different from doing anything in DeFi and anything in crypto in general. So I will have to break this down into many more videos, possibly do a live stream explaining that there are definitely lots of massive negatives. So before you FOMO in going into any of this stuff, this does require a ton of research in general. So we're going to talk about it anyway. So Kaspa mining, this is what I've decided to do. I've decided to, so first of all, I've been following along with Kaspa for about, maybe 2 months, 2.5 months right now. And what Kaspa is essentially a Bitcoin plus, right? Bitcoin's been around since 2009, but really the scalability and just the features that Bitcoin has is pretty much severely lacking in terms of what some of the cryptocurrencies do nowadays that are maybe have smart contracts involved in them, or just have more transactions per second. The technology has evolved a lot in the past, 12-13 years since Bitcoin's inception. So I think naturally we will see in the next 25 maybe 30 years coins that will overtake Bitcoin, just because the technology that is available now is so much better. And Kaspa, I think, is a contender along with many other coins. There are tons of other types of proof of work coins out there that I think are a little bit better than Bitcoin, but the problem is just getting the adoption and convincing people that, hey, this thing exists and is better. Kaspa's on its way to doing that. So right now Kaspa's rank 82, sitting at about 2 cents below about 39% from its all-time high 3 months ago at 4 cents, up 15,000% in the past year. And if we zoom this chart out, we can see that Kaspa has been doing really good in the past almost about 3 months here. It's recovered quite a bit, since back here in May. We're at 1.2 cents, and now we're sitting at 2.6 cents, which is pretty good. Now, this is not the reason why I'm jumping into Kaspa, and this is not what I'm doing. What I've actually done is I went ahead and I purchased an Iceriver machine. So this is a mining machine. They're very pricey, extremely pricey for these types of machines. Obviously, they don't cost this much to manufacture and create, but the demand is why these prices are so high, and we'll take a look at that in a second. I went ahead and got the Iceriver KS3-L. So like I said, there's a lot to unpack with this video. Hopefully I'll be able to do a live stream and spend an hour really talking about this, but Iceriver is a fairly new company when it comes to putting out miners, so they are very low on the trust side of things. A lot of these companies that put out miners can end up scamming their users for many different reasons. However, Iceriver's first shipment of their miners did go through scam free, so they launched the KS0, KS1, and KS2 already. So these are already out there in people's hands that ordered them a couple months ago, and now the KS3, KS3-L are the new ones that are coming out. I think mid next month is when they're going to be launching, mid-July. So these are respectively this much price in both of these values, which is incredible, insane amounts right there. So why would you purchase these miners for such a massive price range when they obviously don't cost this much to really create? Really, it's only about maybe 2K, which is what these machines really do cost to create altogether, maybe even less. But let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers of why these machines are so expensive. So this right here is the Asic miner value. If you guys are unaware, these things are all called Asics. Asics are what people use to mine Bitcoin and other proof of work coins like Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum Classic, all that kind of stuff. So this is the miner profitability for Asics. The other thing to note is Asics are incredibly difficult to start using, right? They are plug and play, so they're on one hand easy, where you just sort of plug them in, you type in a couple things and they start working immediately. But the downside is you kind of have to rewire your house to really get them running, and they're very loud. They use lots and lots of electricity. So there's a lot of planning and logistics that goes involved with getting one of these miners, let let alone multiple miners. You're probably going to be getting noise complaints from neighbors. It just takes a lot of planning to get multiple miners, and you kind of need to get multiple if you want to get into this game, especially with Bitcoin miners, because if you can see, the majority of these miners make a profit of about $1, maybe $2 or $3 a day, and that includes the loss that you're going to be getting with electricity. So you're immediately going to be at a loss when you get any of these miners because of the cost of electricity, the cost of purchasing the miner. It's going to take upwards of 5,000 to 10,000 days to get ROI on what you purchase your miner for, getting about $4 a day. If the price of these coins stay pretty much the same, which they won't, but that's the reason why these things are very difficult to get into, and you really have to be extremely long term when you're thinking about jumping into these miners for any crypto. With Kaspa, it's a little bit different, but I think it's going to end up being the same. So right now, Kaspa's best miner that's coming out soon. This is the Bitmain already sold out KS3 miner, selling for this much money. All these miners come out of China, so you can expect to add 25% extra on your price due to import taxes if you're ordering in the United States or outside of China. So even more expensive and even longer to get ROI. You can imagine that's going to be what is that? That's like 75 or maybe 65K for this singular mine of this KS3. But people are still getting them. So why are they getting them? You probably already saw if you pause the video here. Have some eagle eyes here. This miner makes about $3,042 a day if you have this KS3 plugged in right now. And nobody has the KS3 right now besides maybe the Iceriver manufacturers or the Bitmain manufacturers. Because they haven't been sent out yet. Like I said, they're coming out in about a little under a month. And you can expect a couple things to happen when they come out. The profitability is going to go down, the hash rate is going to go up, which means it's going to be harder to get these coins, and this profitability maybe get cut in half or more. The price of the coin might dump a lot due to the sell pressure. Maybe not, though. We can talk about that in the long version of the video. But nonetheless, people are still sort of taking the bet that if they get these miners first, if they're the first shipment and they get these miners quick, plug them in right away, you can make $3,000 a day. And that's where that price point comes into mind, right? If you're making $3,000 a day, then in reality, it's going to take you, a little over 10 days, a little under half a month to make back everything that you spent on this miner. And then you're making a lot from electricity. So that's what a lot of people are betting on in the next month here. But definitely I expect to see these prices come down a lot over the next 6 months for sure. And you're not going to see these numbers here for profitability. The hash rate's going to go up and the profitability is going to go down regardless, because you're just going to be getting less coins. In addition to that, the price of Kaspa might also decrease. But again, I'm not going to talk too much about the price of Kaspa because that's going to be a whole separate video altogether. So like I said, tons and tons of massive risk that comes with getting these miners. The massive negative downside to ordering one of these things, let's just say you get like a KS3-L like I did, and you order it and you pay the fees and everything, and it comes to your house to mine a couple different things. Number one, if these shipments have delays, that could be the death of you right there. Like if this is delayed a month or 2 months or 3 months, which is common for Asics, then you're looking at not seeing this profitability, but seeing a profitability like maybe $25 a day. And imagine if you're only getting $25 a day, how are you going to get ROI? It's going to take you a ton of time to get ROI, and even to start making anything on this, and you're going to be operating at a loss due to electricity fees. So you're going to need to coop those up. So yeah, massive risk involved. But if it works out in your favor, if everything goes as positive as possible, maybe you get the miner earlier than everyone else, and you're able to capture this profitability value for a few days at the very bare minimum. You're able to get ROI at a month, and it's just a money printing machine. So that's the upside downside with ordering miners that are new and super massive expensive like this. So there's a lot more to unpack here, what King of Fomo is doing, because I've never run miners before, so this is actually a really bad idea if you're jumping into mining. Definitely get a cheaper machine and learn how to do it first. But some options that you have and some options that I'm going to do is you have the ability to do hosting. So that's what I'm going to do over here. I'm going to host my machine maybe with these guys or with some couple of other guys that I'm looking at. What that means is you send the machine that you purchased in. Once this arrives at my house, I'm going to email the hosting provider and send the machine over to these providers in a different state, where they're going to plug it in and they're going to take care of the logistical side of things. They're going to be able to host the machine, take care of the machine, give me an electricity rate, which is another very, very complicated thing that comes with running these miners. If you actually use too much electricity in your house, your rates can go up quite a bit, but they're going to take care of all that for a fee, and hopefully everything works out in my favor. I'm able to capture the profitability of this, be able to pay off that fee, and come out in a profit overall with the Iceriver machine. There's other things to talk about too. They do have some of these machines available on third-party sellers, so this is BT miners, and there's a few other things. If you guys are really looking to spend the big bucks, this is, like I said, this is the KS3 right here, for 38K plus tax and maybe import fees, which is significantly cheaper than what you're seeing over here for 49K. So you can, definitely have to do some research before you just jump in and start purchasing on Bitmain or Iceriver right away. Like I said, hopefully I'll get a live stream going in the next couple days to unpack this with you guys, for those of you who are interested. But if you're not interested, it still should be entertaining content to see me either succeed greatly or fail greatly. I think that's really the only two ways that this is going to go for me. It's going to be a massive success or a massive loss at the end of the day. Yeah, so that is everything for this video. I guess some other things to note for the overall general crypto market is we're starting to see some of these Asic coins do like incredibly well. Like just the past 7 days alone, you have your Bitcoin forks top gainers, right? These are all Asic type of coins. You can mine them on Asics. You have eCash, which is formerly Bitcoin Cash ABC, a fork of Bitcoin, up 52% today, up 37% overall. Bitcoin Cash up 110% in the past 7 days. Bitcoin SV up 39% in the past 7 days. And then you have your other proof of work coins too, like Litecoin and Ethereum Classic, which are up significant portions as well. Again, I also want to talk about in my live stream the impact of crypto regulations, and the SEC calling coin securities, as well as comparing them with proof of work coins, which are inherently really not securities. So we can talk about that as well, and hopefully later on I'll also do a video about KuCoin, the closure of KuCoin for the United States market, what that means for you. You have about 15 days to really do some stuff with some of your coins, especially some of your coins that are just on KuCoin. It's not looking good for regulations in general, but we'll unpack that later. If you're not a Patreon member, consider becoming a Patreon member to get access to those videos that are upcoming earlier than everyone else here on YouTube, and get access to my Discord, where I talk about a lot of this stuff in more detail. You can interact with me one-on-one before I make videos about them. Those are the two perks that you get from becoming a Patreon for only $2 or $3 a month. So that's everything for today, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section if you guys are miners. Let me know what I'm getting into. Like I said, I've been doing research for 2 months, so I have an idea. But yeah, I'm excited to really give you guys a new perspective and just making passive income with crypto. That's another thing that I want to unpack on my live stream is I'm trying to find new ways to make passive income with the crypto that I have, and hopefully getting into, if this mining business is successful, there's some other coins as well that I plan on trying to mine. I might get another KS3 and add that to my collection and become a crypto miner YouTuber. And there's some other coins too, like Radiant and Kyla coin that are out there. Again, I can talk more about that in depth in my Discord if you guys want to hear about that earlier before I get too deep into it. Alright guys, that's everything today. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.